Go now.
These videos will shock you because how insane some moments can get. Creepy creatures lurking in the dark, cryptids appearing out of nowhere, and disturbing behavior that leaves you speechless. Brace yourself, because these disturbing scenes will leave you feeling uneasy. A creepy video posted on TikTok has been giving viewers the chills. The footage shows some bizarre late-night antics that are hard to explain. It all started when the uploader's father kept getting jolted awake around 2 a.m. by loud door slamming echoing through the hallway. Tired of losing sleep, he set up a doorbell camera to catch the culprit. What the camera recorded was deeply unsettling. After several rounds of loud slamming, he calmly returned to his room, as if nothing strange had just happened. Some viewers think it might be a revenge act for daytime noise complaints, while others wonder if it's just a neighbor dealing with some serious anger issues. Haunted stairs.
Go now.
A group of ghost hunters set out to investigate an abandoned house known for its eerie activity. They placed a camera near the stairs while remaining on a video call with their team. One of the girls sat quietly next to the camera, waiting for something to happen. After a while, she noticed a dark hand slowly emerging from the stairs, moving toward her. She quickly grabbed the camera to capture it, but when she looked again, the hand had vanished. There was nothing but an empty, silent space where it had been. The eerie emptiness of the room left everyone involved unsettled.
I'm looking at you.
Go now.
Banging creature. A TikTok video left viewers stunned and confused when it showed a strange, tall creature dressed in black with a pale, almost ghostly face. The creature was banging its head violently against the door, waking the people inside the house in the dead of night. Terrified, they rushed to investigate. When one man approached the window, he was shocked to see the creature standing outside, its hand reaching through the window. Frozen in fear, he stepped back, and the creature remained eerily still. The video left viewers with more questions than answers, as no one could explain the chilling figure caught on camera. Mirror's secret. A young man was home alone, so he decided to record a video, never expecting what he would capture. Behind him in the mirror, a witch-like figure appeared, staring at him silently. He froze, unsure of what he was seeing, as the figure remained eerily still. The possibility of mirrors being portals to another world suddenly seemed all too real. Many cultures and legends have linked mirrors to the paranormal, suggesting they might be gateways to unknown realms. Was it just a freak coincidence, or had this young man caught a glimpse of something far more mysterious? The question lingered, unsettling both him and everyone who saw the video. Midnight encounter. Late one night, a man was trying to rest when a soft sound near his door woke him. As he glanced up, he saw something pale sitting on the doorframe. It appeared human, but not quite right. Slowly, the figure raised its hand and waved at him as if it had a plan. Before he could process what was happening, it vanished, only to reappear moments later and rush straight at him. Terrified, the man instinctively pushed it away and bolted from the room. He never returned to that house, leaving behind the mystery of what the creature was and why it appeared. Dark figure. While exploring an old, abandoned building, a man got more than he bargained for. He noticed a small, dark figure rapidly crawling toward him from a window. Its thin, eerie body moved quickly, heading straight for him. Without a second thought, he turned and fled, barely escaping the creature's grasp. The memory of that figure haunted him as he left the building, a chilling reminder of the danger he had narrowly avoided. Shadow Watcher. Outside her window, a woman noticed something unnerving. A dark figure stood motionless in the shadows, its long hair draping around its face. It didn't move, just stared directly into her room with an unblinking, eerie gaze. The air felt thick and suffocating, as if the figure was pulling her in. Despite every instinct telling her to look away, she couldn't. The unsettling silence only amplified the mystery, leaving her wondering how long it had been there and why it chose to watch her. Ghostly Watcher. One mother filming her child's first time on a slide caught something completely unexpected. As her little one climbed, the camera picked up a faint, ghostly face right at the top of the slide. The face wasn't anyone nearby. It appeared out of nowhere, eyes locked onto the child. The strange apparition was clear in the video, sending shivers down her spine. Was it a trick of the light or something else? No one knew, but it was a moment she couldn't shake. Vanishing Shadow.
Amy?
One mother was doing her usual nighttime check on her daughter when she froze in fear. As she stepped into the room and softly called her child's name, she spotted a shadowy figure sitting beside her daughter. It looked like a child, but the shape was off, unclear. As she approached, the shadow disappeared without a sound. Her daughter sat still, unbothered, as though nothing had happened. The mother, confused and unsure, couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right, but she couldn't tell if it was real or just her mind playing tricks.
Amy?
Silent Observer. During a peaceful live stream, a popular streamer continued chatting with her viewers when something unsettling appeared behind her. Through the glass door, a pale creature stood motionless, its eyes fixed on her. The door was closed, and she was completely unaware of it. Her viewers began commenting in the chat, pointing it out, but she carried on as if everything was normal. It wasn't until later, when she rewatched her stream, that she saw it, standing there, watching her the whole time, unnoticed. Watchful Dolls. A man looking for a thrill decided to explore an abandoned house, thinking it would be a typical adventure. The dust and crumbling furniture were what you'd expect, but then he saw them, the dolls. At first, they seemed innocent enough, just sitting there with their glassy, empty eyes. But as he wandered deeper into the room, he began to notice something strange. The doll's eyes followed his every move, shifting ever so slightly as he walked past them. Their still bodies betrayed no sign of life, yet their gaze was chillingly aware. Realizing he wasn't welcome, the man hurried out, never daring to return. Lantern Woman. One man captured something that immediately took the internet by storm. Outside his house, an old woman in a red gown stood, holding a lantern. She didn't move at first, but soon her movements became odd, deliberate, slow, as if she had a purpose. She circled the yard, her eyes never leaving the house, watching it like she was waiting for something. The video went viral, but no one could figure out who she was or what she wanted. Was she a ghost? A wandering spirit? The mystery lingered, and the eerie feeling stayed with everyone who saw it. Chased Man. A CCTV camera captured a chilling moment that still haunts those who saw it. A man sprinted in terror, glancing back over his shoulder as if something was hot on his heels. Behind him, a strange creature crawled along the ground, its tail like a lizard's, its arms long and pointed, moving with the unsettling agility of a spider. The man was clearly scared, unaware of what was chasing him. The video cut off before anyone could see what happened next, but the eerie image lingered, leaving viewers wondering what could have been behind him. Vanishing Girl.
esperando. Ven tú, yo no voy a ir contigo.
A chilling video surfaced online, leaving viewers shaken and confused. In the clip, a little girl stands outside a door, her expression strange and unsettling. Inside the room, a woman is seen reaching out, offering what seems like comfort. But when viewers took a closer look, the girl was gone, vanished as if she'd never been there. The silence that followed only added to the creepiness of the moment, leaving everyone who watched with more questions than answers. What happened to her? Was she ever there at all? The mystery remains unsolved.
Ven, pequeña.
Puppet secret. An anonymous TikTok user posted a chilling video that quickly caught everyone's attention. The video showed a strange puppet, its hands clapping on their own, then rotating unnaturally. The movements were stiff, but offbeat, almost as if the puppet wasn't being controlled by any strings. The unsettling motions made viewers question if there was something hidden inside it. Despite the video being titled Angel, the puppet looked nothing like one. Its eerie, lifeless movements left people wondering if it was more than just a toy. Wood creature. This clip is enough to make anyone second guess what's hiding in the woods. A pale, unsettling creature was seen crawling on the ground, its movements almost human, except it wasn't standing. As viewers watched, theories began to swirl. Was it a shapeshifter? Something that begins human but shifts to something else when it moves on all fours? The idea is enough to send a chill down your spine. Could there be creatures out there we haven't even begun to understand? Unseen presence. She just wanted to record a sweet song for her mom, but things took a turn for the strange. As she sang, a soft knock echoed in the room, so quiet, yet odd enough to make her pause and look around. She asked who was there, but the only response was another knock. Walking over to the door, she caught something eerie, a hand hovering just above the doorframe. But when she opened the door, no one was there. She sat back down, trying to ignore the unease. But then, the knocking came again. This time, the hallway was still empty, and just when she thought she could relax, her bedsheet was yanked off the bed. She checked the room. Nothing. Yet something about the air told her she wasn't alone. Unexplainable shock. It was late at night when a man was working alone in a quiet company building in Singapore. The sudden blare of an alarm broke the silence. Confused, he checked around but saw nothing unusual. Then, a strange sound came from near the door. As he approached, the air around him felt thick, like something was wrong. Before he could react, the door slammed shut on its own. But that wasn't the worst part. Right before his eyes, a chair began to slide across the floor by itself. Without a second thought, he ran out of the building, not looking back. Terrifying figure. It was just before sunrise when a man stepped outside to throw the trash. The street was still empty and quiet. As he turned to head back, something near the window caught his eye. A tall figure stood still, its arm unnaturally long, and its face barely visible. Then, as if on cue, the window slid shut on its own. No one had touched it. He went inside to check, but everything was as he left it. No one else was there, and the figure was gone. The street was quiet again, but the window remained closed, just like it had when the figure was there. The mystery remained unsolved. Well, girl. While walking through his field, this man stumbled upon a strange sight near the well. A little girl sitting alone, staring at him. At first, it seemed innocent enough, but as he approached, a deep unease washed over him. Her eyes were cold, almost lifeless, and the smile on her face was disturbingly unnatural. Something about her didn't feel right, like she wasn't human. Without a word, he turned and walked away, his instincts telling him to get as far from her as possible. The video he captured left viewers with the same unsettling feeling. What was that thing by the well? Walking dog. He was recording his dog around the house, and he captured something bizarre on video. The dog, usually on all fours, suddenly stood up on its hind legs and started walking around like a person. The movements were smooth, almost too perfect to be real. He thought he might have been imagining it, but when he shared the video online, others started chiming in. Some said it looked like a skinwalker, not a regular dog. The strange footage left viewers feeling uncomfortable, wondering if they had witnessed something far darker than just a weird pet. Vanishing child. One evening, a man heard strange noises coming from his bathroom. When he checked, he saw a small child partially hiding behind the bathroom door, barely visible. Curious, he opened the door slowly, expecting to find someone there. But when he looked, there was no one. The bathroom was completely empty, everything in its place. The door quietly closed behind him, and everything seemed to go back to normal. Yet the image of that child lurking there stayed with him, and the mystery of what he saw remains unanswered. Disappearing child. One evening, a man heard strange noises coming from his bathroom. When he checked, he saw a child hiding behind the kitchen shelf. But as soon as the child saw her, they vanished from sight in an instant. Rushing to the spot, she found nothing. The bathroom was completely empty, and the strange noises stopped. What she had seen remained a mystery, leaving her with a lingering sense of unease that stayed long after the incident. Disappearing figure. At his window, a dark figure stood motionless, its hands raised as if trying to make contact. The man stared, his heart racing, trying to figure out what he was seeing. But before he could even react, the figure vanished, as though it had never been there. Shaken, he dismissed it as a trick of the light. But hours later, the figure reappeared at a different window, just as still as before. A cold chill ran down the man's spine, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't explain what was happening. The mystery remained unsolved, leaving him uneasy and disturbed. Glowing angels. This man was casually looking out his window in Dansamon and saw something that made him question everything. High in the sky, glowing figures moved with a grace unlike anything he had ever seen. He quickly grabbed his camera and recorded the surreal sight. The video spread across the internet, sparking a heated debate. Were they angels, as some believed, or just a well-executed digital trick? No one could agree, and the mystery behind the glowing figures remains unsolved, leaving everyone wondering whether they were witnessing something divine or just another unexplainable phenomenon. Floating figure. Ever seen something so bizarre, you're not sure if it's real? One person caught a video that left the internet questioning reality itself. The footage showed a human-like figure floating high above the clouds in a bright red gown. The figure drifted effortlessly, almost too perfectly. As the camera zoomed in, the figure seemed so surreal, yet undeniably there. And just as it neared another cloud, it vanished without a trace, like it had remembered its place in the heavens, far away from Earth. Door creature. This family was having a peaceful evening when something truly bizarre happened. A strange creature appeared above the door, peering into their room upside down for a moment before vanishing, as if it were playing some sort of game. The mother, curious but cautious, stood up to investigate, taking her younger child with her. The moment they stepped outside the room, the door slammed shut, trapping the elder son inside. He panicked, desperately trying to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. After what felt like an eternity, the door unlocked on its own. The family rushed out of the house, shaken and terrified, unable to explain what they had just witnessed. Cloud features. On August 1st, 2011, something extraordinary happened at the Grand Falls in Canada. A farmer, casually looking at the sky, suddenly saw an enormous face staring back at him from the storm clouds. The face was so distinct and clear, it felt almost like a giant peering down from above. The size and perfection of the cloud formation made it impossible to dismiss as a coincidence. For a brief moment, it seemed as though the clouds were alive, watching him with an intensity that left him stunned and unsettled. Crawling woman. In the dead of night, a security camera in the backyard captured something deeply unsettling. A woman with long, tangled hair crawled out of a wooden room, her movements unnaturally jerky and strange. As if that wasn't eerie enough, the camera also caught a shadowy figure moving around above the house. Its shape was hard to make out, almost as if it was trying to stay hidden, watching from the shadows. When the footage was reviewed, it left everyone feeling disturbed, unsure of what they had just witnessed. The identities of these figures and their intentions remain a chilling mystery. Filter ghost. In 2025, even ghosts have figured out how to use filters. A couple was casually snapping selfies while playing around with photo filters. Everything seemed normal until they noticed something unsettling. At first, they thought it was just a glitch, but then they realized something chilling. The filter, which usually detects living people, had picked up something they couldn't explain. Could they have caught a ghost on camera? The couple froze, unsure of what they had just witnessed. Crawling horror. Late at night, a grandson, worried about his sick grandmother, decided to set up a camera to keep an eye on her while she slept. What he saw the next morning left him terrified. In the footage, his grandmother, in the dead of night, sat up in bed with an unnaturally stiff posture. Slowly, she stood, staring straight at the camera with her mouth wide open. Then things took an even darker turn. She crawled around the room in jerky, unnatural movements, almost as if something was controlling her. To make it worse, she even bit the camera. He was left wondering, was that really his grandmother, or was something much more sinister at play? Unidentified object. One evening, an internet user shared a video that left everyone stunned. While standing on his rooftop, he noticed an odd light in the sky, a light that seemed far too strange to be anything natural. At first, it could have been a UFO doing maneuvers, but there was one problem. The sky was completely clear, and there wasn't a storm in sight. As he zoomed in, he saw a distinct object spinning and emitting a bright, pulsating light. Could it have been a UFO fight? The mystery behind this strange event remains unsolved, with people still trying to figure out what it really was. Sky surprise.
A suspected meteorite has lit up the sky over Spain and Portugal. People were left awestruck as the glittering blue fireball streaked across the night sky.
While recording a TikTok video in Portugal, a woman had her night completely changed when a bright light shot across the sky. It streaked from one side to the other, so close that it lit up the entire sky in a brilliant blue. She was catching it all on camera, and before she knew it, the footage went viral. People were in awe as this rare meteor sighting turned into the highlight of her evening. It was one of those moments you couldn't plan for, but would never forget.
There are claims the blue flash was visible from hundreds of kilometres away, with some taking to social media to share their excitement.
Silent scream. While finishing laundry, a girl glanced up at the bathroom door and froze. There at the top of the doorframe was a pale figure, its mouth open in a silent scream. Terrified, she rushed toward the door, ready to face whatever it was. But when she opened it, the bathroom was empty. No figure, no sound, just a heavy, confused silence. She stood still for a moment, trying to process what she'd just seen, before quickly shutting the door. The image of that silent scream lingered in her mind, leaving her with no explanation. Shadowed figure. A man was filming the landscape around him when something strange caught his eye. Through his camera lens, he saw a figure lurking in the shadows of an abandoned building, its long arms stretched out, almost as if it was testing the air. Before he could react, it darted behind a wall, seemingly aware it was being watched. It peered out for a split second, before disappearing entirely, as if it had never been there. Standing there in confusion, the man couldn't shake the feeling that something otherworldly had just slipped out of view. Mysterious creature. Imagine walking through a peaceful field, minding your own business, when you suddenly spot something that makes your heart race. That's exactly what happened to a group of witnesses when they saw a large, dark, hairy creature moving through the grass. Its fur-covered body swayed unnaturally, and a long, whip-like tail trailed behind it, moving with a fluidity that didn't seem quite right. The creature didn't resemble anything familiar, sparking wild theories and speculation. Was it a creature out of ancient myths, hidden away for centuries? Or perhaps the product of a long-forgotten experiment gone wrong? As the footage spread, it left both locals and scientists baffled. Silent stalker. Ever had that feeling that something wasn't quite right, but you couldn't see what it was? One content creator experienced that eerie sensation during a live stream, only it wasn't the usual feeling of being watched. As she streamed, completely unaware, a dark figure appeared at the top of her stairs, motionless. It stood there, just staring at her. The strange part? The viewers were the first to notice, bombarding the chat with concerned comments. Was it part of a prank? Or was there something far darker lurking in her home? The streamer, oblivious to the figure during the stream, only realized it after watching the footage. The chilling thought lingered in her mind. What was that figure, and why was it watching her? The mystery remains unsolved, leaving viewers with a sense of unease that's hard to shake. Unwelcome visitor. While cleaning his house, a man suddenly heard strange squeaking noises coming from behind the curtains. A cold shiver ran down his spine as he nervously approached. With one swift motion, he pulled the curtains aside, and what he saw made his breath catch in his throat. There, in the dim light, stood a pale girl, her jet-black eyes locked onto him, staring right through him, as if she could see something he couldn't. Her face was frozen in an intense expression, as if she was waiting for something or someone. The air in the room felt heavy, and he couldn't shake the bone-deep feeling that she didn't belong there, that she wasn't from this world at all.
What's wrong with you?
Basement lurker. It was a quiet evening when a couple began hearing strange noises coming from their basement. At first, they dismissed it as nothing, just the house settling or maybe the wind playing tricks. But when the noises grew louder and more distinct, the man couldn't ignore it any longer. Curious and a bit uneasy, he decided to investigate. When he stepped into the basement, everything looked ordinary. Dusty shelves, old furniture, nothing out of place. But just as he turned to leave, a sound froze him in his tracks. Heavy footsteps, unmistakably clear, echoed from behind him.
Oh my God!
He whipped around, his heart racing, but there was no one there. The silence of the house seemed to grow even more oppressive as he quickly rushed upstairs, still rattled by what had just happened.
Oh my God!
Subscriber's pick. A chilling video has been spreading online, leaving viewers both unsettled and confused. The video starts innocently enough, with a man wearing a pale, lifeless mask as he records himself. At first, everything seems normal, until the moment he removes the mask. What's revealed beneath is far more disturbing. A face that looks nothing like a human's. It's alien, featureless, and unsettling in its unrecognizability. The smooth, blank face sparked a flurry of debate online. Was this just a viral hoax? A clever special effect? Or was it proof of something far more sinister? Something paranormal or extraterrestrial? The eerie video has left the internet in a frenzy, with some convinced that what they saw is evidence of something beyond our understanding. The truth behind the disturbing footage remains a mystery.